Hello everyone, this is Zooc and today I'm bringing you a new drawing video. This one is going to be the Undying from Dota 2. I'm not going back to Dota 2 drawing spam. It's just that I've been wanting to draw this guy for a while and I sort of forgot about it. So I just wanted to get it done, just to get it done. So I'm going to start off with the hero's bio as per usual, and then we'll go into other tidbits. So this is the Undying. How long has it been since he lost his name? The torn ruin of his mind no longer knows. Dimly he recalls armor and banners and grim-faced kin riding at his side. He remembers a battle. Pain and fear as pale hands ripped him from his saddle. He remembers terror as they threw him into the yawning pit of the dead god alongside his brothers, to hear the dirge and be consumed into nothingness. In the darkness below, time left them. Thought left them. Sanity left them. Hunger, however, did not. They turned on each other with split fingernails and shattered teeth. Then it came, distant at first, a fragile note at the edge of perception, joined by another, then another, inescapable and unending. The chorus grew into a living wall of sound pulsing in his mind until no other thought survived. With the dirge consuming him, he opened his arms to the dead god and welcomed his obliteration. Yet destruction was not what he'd been chosen for. The dead god demanded war. In the belly of the great nothing, he was granted a new purpose, to spread the dirge across the land, to rally the sleepless dead against the living. He was to become the Undying, the herald of the dead god, to rise and fall and rise again whenever his body failed him, to trudge on through death unending, that the dirge might never end. Pretty cool bio, I gotta say. This was always one of my least favorite heroes because he's kind of difficult to play and he's a melee character, which I tend to stay away from usually when I do play Dota. I haven't played it recently because there's been so much added to it and so many changes that it's just like scary to get into it. I tried it a few weeks ago and it was just as annoying as I remember it. You know, Dota is not a game for me that I can play for fun simply because it's so competitive no matter what you're doing. You know, even casual fun play ends up being super competitive, and I don't do well with competitive games, unfortunately. You know, I tried my hand at Counter-Strike, CSGO, and it's like any game that involves you being better than another, I cannot stand failing. It's just I deal really badly with failure. So I prefer single-player games mostly, or MMOs where you have to actually team up with people and do stuff collectively. So yeah, it's a flaw of mine. I can't stand losing. It's just I can't live with myself. So yeah, anyway, what else has been happening? Well, not much. The t-shirt is out now. I've gotten some mixed feelings about it. People whining as per usual, but you can't please everyone. I mean, what you gonna do? You know, the design idea was Total Biscuits, and I thought it was kind of cool. You know, usually we disagree on design related things because it's like, I don't know, he has a certain perception of what a follower of his might like, and I have a different one simply because I just have more, I guess, experience in looking at shirts and designs in general, so I kind of know what people usually prefer to buy. But this one I thought was kind of cool because, you know, Breaking Bad is a very, very well-known series, and the audience is wide enough that you can risk appealing just to them without doing yourself a great disservice. But of course, people on Reddit tended to disagree and complain that, oh, I don't want to watch it because it's too mainstream and meh, 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 and just a lot of angst and a lot of edgy comments from people. The usual is what happens. People don't like things, and then instead of just not liking them, they want to be dicks about it as well, which is a problem. You know, I don't mind someone not liking something. You can never, ever, ever do something that pleases everyone. There will be a handful of people, sometimes a minority, sometimes a larger group towards a majority even, that will be displeased with anything really. Design choice, words choice, every choice you make will be disputed by someone out there. So, you know, it's not like it's anything worth taking notice of because the shirt is done. So there's nothing I can do about it anymore. Whatever. It's not the end of the world. Truly, nobody really cares. that some people are displeased. But anyway, fuck the shirt. Enough about that shit. I've decided to pursue taking book notes when I read, because I do that once in a while. Actually, I read more than I play games, so I guess that's kind of a good thing. But yes, I've never been someone to write down stuff while reading. I think it ruins the experience, and I still think it does. But to be honest, it's I've read a lot of books, and I keep forgetting what I read. Like it's a waste of time for me to read. I don't know if there's something wrong with my brain or it's just a general trait, but I've not. I haven't had this ability to remember things after reading them. I remember some things, like some details I do remember, but most of what I read just gets lost, and I feel stupid because I know I've invested the time and effort into reading a book, and then 2 months later I can't recall even like the title of a chapter, and it's annoying. So right now I'm writing down the summary of what I read, and it's kind of a pain in the ass, but I prefer later on down the line just, you know, knowing that I've put in the effort to keep the knowledge that I've tried to acquire, instead of just wasting time on something that'll get lost. So yes, that is the most important thing in my life going on right now. Can't say it's too exciting, but what you gonna do? I still haven't really done much this week, unfortunately. Just been really kind of working, taking a bit more interest in Reddit. Since TB left Reddit, I'm kind of getting more involved in it and trying to answer people's questions and sort of combat their accusations sometimes, because as per usual, people love throwing around false information, thinking it's fact and not just their opinion. So just I guess I'm doing what my job title is, PR representative. So that's kind of what you gotta do, unfortunately. But yes, it's I'm starting to really like Reddit. I was one of those people that when first Reddit came out, I was like, fuck that. No, not another one of these huge forum-like things. But as time went by, I started to actually enjoy it, and you know, I found my interests, many of my interests are pretty well reflected on Reddit, and so there's no reason not to really get involved. It's not like Facebook, you know, it's, I mean, I realize Facebook has a much larger user base than Reddit does, but I can understand why someone would want to stay away from Facebook, because let's be honest now, whoever you are on Facebook, you're bound to see dumb statuses from stupid girls that are like, oh, my life is over, my boyfriend, meh. Or the opposite, I love my boyfriend, oh, it's so wonderful to have a boyfriend. And then the obligatory duck face shots from a weird angle, shots of, I don't know what the fuck, I brushed my teeth this morning, I took a shit, statuses like that. Yeah, on Reddit, it's a completely different story. You can easily avoid stuff like that, you know, probably for your entire existence if you choose to. So it's not like a typical social platform where you get spammed with dumb shit all the time. You know, you can find some pretty interesting things to read. So yeah, that's really about it. I mean, I don't know what else to fucking talk about. As I said, there's nothing interesting going on right now. So I guess I'm just gonna put an end to it, really, because I've been talking for 8 minutes, and that's already too much. So this drawing took about 2.5 hours, 3, I think, actually. And of course, I included the minions because I think the character is kind of simplistic, so I didn't want to really just stick to the character. I mean, if I just did the character, it would have took 50 minutes. So I included minions and the tower, which he spawns, and a bunch of other stuff. So please rate that shit if you enjoyed it, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.